Of course, we want the biggest reach possible for our content, and all our storytelling partners are looking to create culture. So we clearly would like the biggest platforms and most successful ones possible.
Ben, I guess long term, I know we discussed it before that you're optimistic and bullish about a company like Netflix, but do you think that in the coming weeks and months they will see some pressure on subscriber numbers, even if it's only in the short term, because of the onset of various new competitors?
Well, we'll see if people are going to zero-sum game it and only choose a new one if they get rid of an old one. I think with Apple and Disney's pricing, an extra $10 a month collectively, or $12, may not be the straw that breaks a camel's back in terms of people making choice and cutting one service for another. I think it's just the whole reintroduction of this basically new bundle. And are you going to have to cut off your old bundle to experience all of these new services, or is there going to be a way that the kind of Comcast, Dish, DirecTV players also start serving these up to remain in the home as the primary supplier?
This may be Netflix last quarter without a lot of intensified competition going forward. Do you think it's possible Netflix's best days are behind it?
Well, as I've said before on the show and to anyone, we are looking at it with a very U.S.-centric perspective vis-a-vis either Netflix or any of these big streaming wars' next phase of growth. And I see the international marketplace, where we supply a ton of content, both primary content in local languages and also formats of our programming or even the finished episodes. And I think they are just so ahead internationally in reaching out and creating subscriber growth and subscribers in general. But the next phase of competition, and this one hasn't even begun in the U.S., is going to be internationally, where they have a market lead just as they do here. And I think that you're going to just see more and more expansion along what's happened in the U.S. Globally.
I mean, international certainly would be a selling point, I guess, if you're talking about from a content creator standpoint where you want to live. Although Disney, it would seem, also would have that going for it. Its content travels around the world, as you know. I guess I wonder if Netflix still has to work against the perception that all they really have is money to play with, and therefore have to pay a premium to allow people comfort to come onto the Netflix platform. Do you think that's the case, that they essentially have to pay more than others would?
Well, no, because as a supplier, I make a lot of content for them and for other players. And many times you are not ending up in a situation where 10 of the platforms want your program. You're usually ending up at the platform that's either building a brand or has an audience deficit that it's looking to fill with the content you're bringing them. So it's not always that you have everyone going after the same content. Usually it's only one or two buyers for a show idea at the end of the day after you go out and pitch them all. And then there's also developing content in a bespoke way with a platform. We have a show, Prank Encounters, going on Netflix with Gaten, who stars in Stranger Things, and that show, which launches October 25th around Halloween and is a scary show, is perfect for Netflix. It extends Gaten's relationship with the platform, and it's very targeted around Halloween and this time of year, which they go after very aggressively. And so you start to build your relationships around the right platform for the right idea at the right time. And it's not about the money. It's always about the money, but it's not about who's paying more for it as much as where do you think it'll be most successful and live the longest.